Of course, we'll continue to bring you all developments on that front as and when we have more information on this. Let's shift our focus for now. US President Donald Trump said that he plans to detain criminal illegal aliens, is what he calls them, at the notorious Guantanamo Bay military prison. Trump made the announcement as he signed a bill allowing the pre-trial detention of undocumented migrants charged with theft and violent crimes.
Today, I'm also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo.
All right. However, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth later clarified that Guantanamo Bay will serve as a secure holding site for migrants whose home countries refuse to take them back. During an interview, Hegseth emphasized that it will function as a temporary transit facility rather than a detention camp for criminals.
And President Trump has been very clear with those countries that if you aren't willing to take your criminals back, your illegals back, then we will hold you accountable. And things have shifted quickly. In other cases, we want somewhere else to hold them safely in the interim, criminal illegals. Guantanamo Bay is a perfect place.
Before Trump's announcement on Guantanamo Bay, his Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem had told media that the administration was evaluating and talking about using the facility for migrants, calling it an asset. The Guantanamo prison was opened in the wake of the 9/11 attacks. It has been used to indefinitely hold detainees, many of whom were never charged with a crime, seized during the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and other operations that followed. Former Democratic Presidents Joe Biden and Barack Obama both pledged to close the facility, but both left office with the prison still open. The Laken Riley Act, named for a 22-year-old U.S. student murdered by a Venezuelan migrant, is the first piece of legislation signed by Trump since he returned to power. The Republican-led U.S. Congress has passed the law just 2 days after Trump's inauguration on the 20th of January. Trump hosted the parents of Riley at the White House for the ceremony.
The law I'm signing today, the Department of Homeland Security will be required to detain all illegal aliens who have been arrested for theft, burglary, larceny, shoplifting, assaulting a police officer, murder, or any crime that results in death or serious injury. In addition, for the first time ever, this act gives state governments the ability to sue the federal government for immediate injunctive relief if any future administration ever again refuses to enforce the immigration laws of the United States.
With Trump's crackdown in full force, the Texas National Guard's Tactical Border Force members conducted joint security training exercises with the Texas Department of Public Safety and U.S. Border Patrol along the U.S.-Mexico border. The operation deployed 400 Tactical Border Force troops in Texas. Chinook helicopters and other aircraft were prominently featured in the exercises as well. All right, for more on this, we were earlier joined by Richie Greenberg. He's a political commentator and former mayor candidate for San Francisco. Here's what he had to say.
Well, it is very interesting to see some interviews with those individuals who have actually been returned back to their homes, those that have landed in their countries, and then they are interviewed as they exit the plane and they're on their home soil. They are giving warnings to other people that are within their home country to not come to the United States. They say, don't try coming here, you're going to be removed, you're going to be deported. So even though there is some pushback, even though there is some condemnation that we're seeing from certain key countries, I think that overall it's going to have a very good effect to try and send the message that the border is closed. And if you are a criminal that have somehow made it to U.S. territory over the past few years, that you're not going to be allowed to stay and you are going to be removed. And especially with Guantanamo Bay, if you are a major criminal, one who is involved with drug trafficking, or with murder or with anything like that that you have perpetrated over the years, and you've been let out of your home country's jails and made it to the US, you're going to be held not back in your home country, but in Guantanamo Bay.